Before we get into today's chat, quick one. If you're not 100% sure how your HR is really holding up, take our free HR health check. It's short, jargon-free, and gives you a clear score on what's working and what needs a bit of love. And if you do it before 1st April 2026, you'll get a bonus 7-pillar strategy on a page, tailored to help you manage HR brilliantly for the year ahead. Just head to kateunderwoodhr.co.uk/HR-health-check the link in the show notes. Right. Can we talk about the word reasonable for a second? Because reasonable gets thrown around at work like it's a magic spell. I'm being reasonable. That's not reasonable. You have to be reasonable. A tribunal would say, I'm reasonable. And 9 times out of 10, what the person actually means is, I want you to say yes, and I want you to say yes immediately, and I would like you to feel guilty if you don't. Welcome to September. Everyone's back. The diaries are full. The school runs are back. Flexible working requests start flying in again. Performance issues pop up post-summer. And managers suddenly discover that reasonable is doing a lot of heavy lifting in conversations. This is Buzzing About HR, and today we're talking the reasonableness myth. What it actually means with real examples. Because reasonable does not mean say yes, and it definitely doesn't mean do what the loudest person wants. Hello and welcome back. It's Kate. Hazel is here too, obviously. She's my Chief Common Sense Officer. She's not interested in opinions, she's interested in outcomes. If she ran HR, the whole process would be sniff the situation, stare at the guilty party, and then lie down until everyone behaves. Honestly, tempting. Right. Today, I'm going to make reasonable make sense. No fluff, no legal waffle, no corporate theatre. Just the actual meaning and real examples you'll recognise from small business life. And the big message is this. Reasonable isn't a vibe. It's a process, and you can absolutely learn it. The Hive Brief. Let's get the definition straight. Reasonable in HR doesn't mean nice. It doesn't mean generous. It doesn't mean keep everyone happy. Reasonable means a sensible employer would do this in these circumstances. That's it. And here's the part people forget. SMS have different circumstances to corporates. A big corporate might have 5 layers of cover, a HR team, and a budget for backfill. A small business might have 3 people doing 7 jobs. And if one person changes their hours, the whole place wobbles like a jelly on a washing machine. So reasonableness is always linked to context. It's about balancing business needs, fairness, consistency, impact on the individual, and being able to explain your decision without sounding like you've just made it up. So today, I'm giving you a simple, reasonable decision method you can use over and over. The sting. Here's your reasonableness checklist. 6 questions, no drama. 5 minutes. What's the request or issue in 1 sentence? What business need actually matters here? What options did you consider? What's the impact on the person and the team? Are you being consistent with similar cases? Can you explain your decision calmly in 1 paragraph? If you can answer those, you're generally in reasonable territory. If you can't, you're probably winging it. And winging it is how you end up with an inbox full of just to confirm emails that feel oddly legal. Right, let's do real examples. Example 1, flexible working. Reasonable does not mean you must say yes. Reasonable means consider it properly, look at the impact, explore options, then decide. So, Reasonable refusal looks like this. I can't agree to you working 10 till 4 because we need customer cover from 9, and that's when most of our calls come in. If we don't have cover, we lose business. What I can offer is X, or we can trial Y for 4 weeks and review. That is reasonable. It's clear. It's business-based. It shows you've thought. Not reasonable looks like this. We don't do that here. That is not a reason. That's a personality trait. And I say this with love. We don't do that here is basically HR's version of because I said so. It makes people instantly want to challenge you. Reasonable. Yes, looks like this. We can do 2 days from home, but we need you available for handover at 4 p.m. Let's trial it for 4 weeks and review. Trial plus review is the most SME-friendly phrase on the planet. It lets you be flexible without accidentally signing your life away. Example 2. Performance. Reasonable doesn't mean wait until you're furious and then go nuclear. Reasonable means early, clear, fair. Reasonable looks like, I want to be clear about the standard expected in this role. Right now, we're not there. I'm going to support you with X, and we'll check in weekly for the next 3 weeks. Not reasonable looks like saying nothing for 6 months, letting resentment build. Then suddenly dropping a formal process on someone like a piano from a cartoon. And then being shocked when they get defensive. Of course they do. They've had no warning, no chance to improve. Example 3, investigations. Reasonable doesn't mean we'll do a massive investigation into every tiny thing. It means the process fits the seriousness of the situation. If it's a serious allegation, you do it properly. If it's low level, you still gather facts, but you keep it proportionate. Reasonable investigation looks like we write down what we're investigating. We speak to relevant people. We review evidence. We keep notes. We don't decide first and investigate second. Not reasonable looks like corridor justice. You know corridor justice. That lovely moment where a manager hears something, believes the first person they spoke to, and then corners the other person with, "So I've heard." No, you haven't heard. You've picked up gossip, and now you're about to create a grievance. Example 4. 2 similar cases, 2 different outcomes. This is where reasonable either saves you or bites you. It is not reasonable to treat 2 similar cases differently with no explanation. Because this is where people start saying favouritism, unfair, discrimination. You always let them, but not me. Now, you can treat people differently if there's a genuine reason. Different roles, different customer impact, different performance history, different evidence, different timing. But you must be able to explain it. Here's the test I love because it's simple and slightly brutal. If you'd feel awkward explaining your decision out loud to the team, it probably isn't reasonable. Example 5. Saying no without sounding like the villain. Managers avoid saying no because they think it makes them mean. It doesn't. Not being clear is what causes drama. Reasonable no sounds like, I can't agree to that because it would leave us without cover on Mondays. What I can do is X or Y. Not reasonable no sounds like, no, because it's not fair. Because not fair is not a reason. It's a feeling. Your job is to give the business reason. Now, here's the bit that makes people go, oh. Reasonableness isn't just the decision. It's the process you follow to get there. Did you listen? Did you consider options? Did you apply your approach consistently? Did you record your rationale? Did you communicate it clearly? That's what makes it defensible. Legal angel. Here's the legal bit, without the headache. Reasonableness is one of the main things decision makers look at when they're assessing whether you acted fairly. You don't have to be perfect. You do have to be able to show you're working. And in small businesses, your advantage is you can keep it simple. The biggest risk isn't saying no. The biggest risk is saying no with no logic, no consistency, and no record. Or saying yes casually, then panicking later when it doesn't work, and trying to row it back like you never agreed it. Reasonable decisions. Clear rationale, audit trail, not essays, just enough to show you weren't making it up. Small business actions. Here's what you can do this week to make your decisions instantly more reasonable. 1. Give managers the 6-question reasonableness checklist. Print it, stick it on the wall, put it next to the kettle, anywhere it'll be seen. 2. Give them 3 scripts. Thanks for raising it. I'll consider it and come back by Friday. I can't agree to that for X reason, but I can offer Y. Let's trial it for 4 weeks and review. 3. Pick one area and do a fairness scan. Flexible working, holidays, performance, rotas, pay decisions. Are we consistent? And if not, can we explain why? 4. Start writing decisions in 1 paragraph. What was asked, what you considered, what you decided, why. Next step. That's it. No novels, 1 paragraph. This week's challenge. Pick one tricky decision you're currently avoiding. A flexible working request. A holiday clash. A performance wobble. A complaint. Run it through the reasonableness checklist, then write your 1 paragraph rationale. If you can't do it comfortably, that's your sign you need to sanity check it before you create a bigger issue. Reasonable doesn't mean say yes. It means a sensible employer would do this in these circumstances. And SMEs have different circumstances to corporates, and that's fine as long as you can explain your decision clearly and apply it consistently. If you've got a tricky decision on your desk right now and you want to sanity check it before it becomes expensive, book a call. I'd much rather help you get it right early than help you clean it up later. Kettle on, standards up. See you next time. That's it for today. But if you fancy a bit of friendly HR advice in your inbox with zero waffle, come and join our newsletter. We send out bite-sized tips, plain English updates, and handy things you'll actually use. No spam, no fluff. You can sign up at kateunderwoodhr.co.uk/newsletter-sign up or just hit the link in the show